right, it's Sunday, April 5th, 2020. I am Michael, your host. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining us. We know your time is valuable. Here at the Patriot Hour, going on 3 years. Started like February of 2018. Always encouraging you to never believe us, never take our word. Always connect your own dots, do your own research, come to your own conclusions based off all of that. Use logic, Occam's razor, the Hegelian dialect. Be cautious of, well, use your discernment. But come to your own conclusions based off all of that. That's the best you can do. Only you know how that works and what works best for you. Don't let anybody spoon feed you, and don't let the days of auto truth have got to be dead. That is our mission here. All right, so we do research. We do it together. I bring you what I believe to be important at that particular moment in time, which changes day to day, literally. But we're going to go over a few different articles here. I wanted to bring up ankle monitors are now being used in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a report coming from Big League Politics. Let's take a look at this over here. For you. So ankle monitors are now being used on Louisville, Kentucky residents who contract the Wuhan virus. Published 1 hour ago, April 5th, 2020 by Jose Nino. There you go. There's a little picture. Kentucky is taking a draconian measures to keep individuals who catch the Wuhan virus at home. Louisville residents who come into contact with Wuhan virus patients but do not isolate themselves are being forced to wear these ankle bracelets. A judge even ordered one resident to stay at home after not deciding to self-quarantine. According to a CNN affiliate, WDRB, the person identified as DL in the court order is living with someone else who was tested positive for the illness, and another person who is a presumptive case, per an affidavit from Dr. Sarah Moyer, the director of the health department. Due to his exposure to the Wuhan virus, DL was instructed to stay at home last week. However, family members claim that DL leaves the house often. When DL did not respond or even comply with the health department messages, Jefferson Circuit Court Judge Angela Besig instructed the Department of Corrections to place a global positioning device on DL for the next 2 weeks. If DL goes outside of the house again, he or she could face criminal charges, according to the WDRP report. RB. DL is not alone in having to wear ankle monitors to keep the virus from spreading. WDRB reported that there are 3 other cases at the moment. 2 other people who live in the same house, one who tested positive for the virus and another who tested negative, were ordered to stay at home last week after both refused to self-quarantine. WDRB also reported that another man was subject to house arrest after he left his house to go shopping despite having tested positive for the Wuhan virus. WDRB reports that Jefferson County courts have set up an on-call judge for these kinds of scenarios. Under Kentucky's current lockdown measures, only essential businesses can stay open. Organizations providing charitable and sociable services can also stay open. These include food banks and places that offer food, shelter, and social services to economically disadvantaged or disabled people. However, these organizations must practice social distancing while doing their work. So the Kentucky Governor, Andy Bashir, has advised that the schools stay closed through May 1st. As implemented travel restrictions, the state is also releasing 186 prisoners convicted of nonviolent crimes on commuted sentences. According to Michael Brown, the Secretary of the State of Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet, prisoners have to find a place where they can stay and then required to self-quarantine for a period of about 14 days. Although not draconian states like California, which have infringed on gun rights by having multiple municipalities declared gun stores as non-essential, Kentucky is beginning to take measures that would concern any advocate of civil liberties. So that is our point here for today. Let me see here. Is they're doing this, folks. So even before all this, if you remember, Trump was calling out sanctuary cities, talking about cutting off funding, not giving them federal monies because they were basically being rogue. Nobody cared. People slammed Trump for being whatever. Oh, they leave the states alone. They do what they want. Now the states are doing what they want. Again, certain people are reporting that police or certain counties are doing these just crazy things and arresting people. Well, of course they are. They've been doing rogue things, and you know the fear they're playing into on what levels that they're playing into. It's all on them. The media has pushed yesterday. I'm going to get a clip here later today. I wanted to have it queued up for right now, but I don't. I'll just tell you, but you can go check this out. This is how it works sometimes. Tell Trump, or Trump tells them, you know, why haven't you, the reporter or whatever, why haven't you shut down the country? Trump's like, well, you know, I'm leaving it up to the states. States are pretty much governors are doing jobs that they see fit. You know, some are doing really well. And people are listening in certain places. And he goes, but we have a thing called states, and we have a little thing called the Constitution that I actually agree with and like very much. So they're trying to push him into doing it, because the minute they push him into doing it, they can use it as another talking point. This is how it always works. We're talking about, you know, they called him Hitler. He's going to take the gun. People were nervous. Then these same people want to throw their gun down, bring their gun, disarm themselves, throw it down on the White House lawn. And then when they picked him up, they would say, Trump's Hitler. See, he's taking the gun. And then he'd be like, well, no, you gave him your gun. It doesn't matter. He picked it up and they took him. That's a lot of what happens, folks. You get caught up in what the media's pitching and you know, Trump can do this, Trump can do that. Well, there's a lot of free will going on, and it's been going on, and there's a battle of that in its own right. I look at the early reportings when in mid-January. Trump said, I'm going to shut down this airport. We'll stop travel. You can't do that. Pelosi's, all of them, they tweeted out, you can't do that. That's very dumb of Trump. We will reject this. They have all now deleted. They're trying to push a certain narrative for Trump. And now that they're all behind the fact that everything needs to be shut down, the border is reporting 0 people have crossed. 0. I mean, not particular, but numbers are down right here. Illegal border crossing down to next to nothing, less than 150 apprehensions a day. So I don't mean 0. There's some decent numbers. We don't know about the illegals. You know, that's always a shoot in the dark, because you don't know. Illegal border crossing down to next to nothing, less than 150 apprehensions a day for almost a week. Illegal aliens trying to cross the U.S.-Mexican border down to next to nothing amid the coronavirus pandemic. Apprehension has been below 150 a day for almost a week, according to an unnamed high-ranking border official who spoke to the Washington Examiner. Only 79 people were encountered on Sunday. This is last week. So there you go. There you go. Think for yourself, folks. Lots of different things. I mean, this is just one proof. We all take history sometimes. We argue a little bit, but, you know, history's cited. History, the mainstream history, what TV's pitch, what, you know, the school books pitch. But here we are all living through something together. The world's shut down, and we cannot figure it out. Everyone's scrambling. Everyone is all over the place. But something's going to get written. Something's going to have to go down in them history books. History. His story. His story equals history. New World Order. We are, if we ever believed one to be true, we are in it. Saddest day of my life. 18, 20 years ago was realizing that they do exist. Been hearing about a global collapse to do some kind of reset and come back with the solution of a one money currency. I mean, I would have to imagine that's what we're in. It's too orchestrated, too perfect. These people have been calling, we need a good financial collapse. It's been planned. Nobody was ready for it, no matter what. I mean, nobody prepared enough. Don't have enough money, don't have enough food. These people have that much control that they flipped a switch and the world shut down. Do we ever want anyone to have that much control? Would we rather leave it up to a natural system based off something that can sway and flow a little bit, but never really do a tanking? Now, this had really nothing to do with other than, there's something going around, we need to shut everything down. But everything that's shut down is owned by them. It started with their sports, the people within it, the industry, the movies. I mean, Hollywood's talking now today. There's buzz. They don't want to come back until Trump's gone. I have a feeling this might not go away until Trump's gone. The Wuhan virus will step down once Trump leaves. That's what needs to happen. If you believe, the Titanic, the people that were orchestrated to be put on there, was it really the Titanic or the Olympic, the Federal Reserve, the whole thing that we fought in 1776 to get away from a rule of a central banking system, a unfair taxation, crept back in 1913, right after prominent men died on the Titanic, whether you believe it or not. The certain other people that are supposed to be on backed out. J.P. Morgan had a ticket, probably on the brow of the show. I forgot my bag in the car. Runs back or whatever, and never comes back on. Hershey, chocolate, same thing. He bailed out. They didn't get on. These people are sick. They love dates. They do things for their gods. They make blood bleed into the earth because they believe it has to happen. They have to offer up something. Sacrificial kings and ceremonies. They don't have to do these things in broad daylight, but they do. Look at JFK. Right in front of you. Right in front of the TV cameras on purpose. Did they have to? No. 9/11. I mean, if you look at the minute the Fed got in, we had World War I. Then we had the Spanish flu. Certain people, it's a way to take out, to transfer wealth, to transfer power. It's how it works. If you don't believe that, then I don't know why you're here. And if we believe all these orchestrated events, World War I to World War II, all the other wars, all the other young men sent off, never their kids, Vietnam, the Gulf of Tonkin incident, go back a little bit to the sinking of the Lusitania. I mean, you come all the way up to these events, but this one's real. I mean, they tried everything to get Trump out, but this one just, the one to collapse the financial market, which is also the New World Order plan. This is just natural. This is actually just something happening, and I have no doubt people are getting sick and there's things going around. I'm not trying to undermine that, and God bless all of you with weakened immune systems and this time of year, and lots of other people are sick. There's lots of people I know sick that are not testing positive. So that just means there's sickness. So God bless all of you and speedy recovery and Godspeed. But bottom line, you look at the 30s and the Great Depression and the orchestration and what happened and the great transfer of wealth. Do we believe that? Do we believe that to be true? And if so, that means they had the power then, and they definitely have the power now. And now we're not going to open back up. They own everything. So if you were going to take down the Illuminati, how would you do it? Where would you start? Would you start with chemtrails or the missing kids? Would you start with the financial? What angle? What would you do? What move? How do you take it all down without nothing collapsing perfectly? If we believe some of these owners of these companies to be corrupt, maybe they never come back up. Why would we want them to? There's got to be some change. Nobody wants their lives to be upset for a day, a week, a month. Well, then don't let the people with the strings have all the power. We cut those strings. Logic. Everyone wants what they call this normal, and I don't know when that was. It wasn't before Trump. It wasn't before Obama. It wasn't before Bush. The fiat system. The illusion. New World Order. It's here. It happened. They did it. They pulled it off. We're in it. Who's going to do something? Nobody believes in something good. Only evil plans. Only evil orchestrates. That's where everybody's wrong. Patriots have been here. That's why we are here. The hour of the Patriots. This is our hour to shine. You are seeing and witnessing the collapse of the old guard, no doubt. And if you don't see it, then you have been missing out on one of the greatest stories of our time, possibly of the United States history. Treason to the highest levels. And everyone wanted to see little bitsy of arrest like you'd normally see when we go down, the 99%. Because you rob a bank or something, yeah, you get arrested pretty quick and they charge you. This is different. These evil bastards run everything. They're in control of everything. They have people put into certain places, safeguards. It's a well-organized, satanic, Luciferian designed machine with hierarchy and different levels of compartmentalization and access and string pulling. That's it. It's been around since antiquity. How in the hell do you beat that? How do you beat evil without becoming evil yourself? Oh, no. We're not going back to the strings and praying for 2 weeks ago. Get over your delusions. If you can't see it, you missed it. We're not over. It's not over. It's going to get a little worse, maybe. But, thank you guys for being here this morning. We're going to be doing a live show this evening, the Oath of Four, I believe. I got confirmation. Woodman's health is back. All right, you guys enjoy your Sunday. Don't be depressed. It's a good thing. There are a lot of people suffering. And again, we've known the collapse was coming. It's how we come back up. A system controlled by us. It's how we move forward. God bless each and every one of you. I am Michael. This is the Patriot Hour. Make sure you're subscribed. Drop us an email. Take a look down below. Some of the greatest Patriots. Real A1 class of Patriots here down below in the comments. They'll point you in the right directions, and just some of the greatest people. Had a good amount of members, people of the Patriot Hour family. I'll never forget you. I got the list. They had shut us down 100%, but the floodgates have opened. More eyes than ever here, and that's an important mission. We were never here for the money. It was just a mission. I took in very little per video to help pay for some things, and it worked out. I will finance this to the end of my life. I don't need shit from them people. I just need the Patriots. I love each and every one of you. God bless.